Husband got tipsy and kissed a random and now I have to live with this. How do I move past this? Hello. I thought I'd share my story here for a little bit of support and advice. I, BWF43, have been married to my WH-M45 for 15 years, together for 21 years, no kids by choice. I thought we hit a rough patch in our marriage somewhere at the end of last year because our communication had dropped off suddenly and the affection was almost non-existent. He was actively disengaged from me and at times downright nasty and mean during this time. I just put it down to stress about finances, etc. As of last week, it has been a year since we were intimate. In a desperate bid to save our marriage, I brought him to an island paradise twice to try and rekindle something. Once in November 2024 and then again in late June 2025. Nothing happened on both trips and I felt absolutely destroyed after the second trip. I handle everything at home. Cooking, cleaning, the care of our dogs, laundry, groceries. On top of working 5 or sometimes 6 days a week. He put zero thought into my birthday this year, so I kind of shut off and decided that I was not going to bother anymore. But something just didn't sit right with me. 1 month ago, I went on his laptop to try and figure out if there was some kind of kink that he's into that I could maybe try to bring the spark back into our marriage. I don't wear rose-tinted glasses about corn usage, so I was open to this. That's when I found several prompts to Google's AI. They were all related to some other woman. When I confronted him with it, he initially lied to try to cover up, and when I presented the proof, he caved in and confessed that he had gotten tipsy on evening at a work event and kissed an external vendor. This had happened in November 2024 when I was recovering from a major knee surgery. I remember when I was warded in the hospital, he didn't even want to stay over with me, despite me being a fall risk and the ward being understaffed. Even when he was at the hospital room, which was comfortable for a +1 to stay over, he'd be constantly on his phone. He had spent maybe altogether 5 hours with me the total 3 days I had been warded. To think that I brought him on an all-expenses-paid trip just weeks after makes me physically ill. We went through the whole gamut of hysterical bonding in the first 2 days of finding out. He claimed to feel so much guilt and cried buckets and made all the right noises. Then we went to therapy. Apparently he has ED, even ear of corn doesn't help him sustain, and he's already on testosterone, so hopefully his individual therapist can help him. At this point, I vacillate between trying my best to be forgiving and looking up divorce lawyers and singles flats. In 3 days' time, it will be 1 month since D-Day. He tries to help out around the house and has been overly affectionate and present. But I can't help but wonder, what kind of person would even think of messing around when their spouse is recovering from surgery? What would have happened if I had never found out? What if all this is just too little too late? I was always very vocal about how cheating is a deal breaker for me because my ex-boyfriend cheated on me and he knows this very well. And it still didn't stop him from doing this. Am I really the sort of woman who will allow myself to be disrespected this way and allow the person who disrespected me to have another chance to destroy me again?